We've got the top 10 ads for this week in fantasy baseball coming up next on Beat the Odds. Don't go anywhere. Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to another episode of Beat the Odds. We are going to look at the top 10 ads for Week 16 in fantasy baseball. If you like this type of content, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you won't miss an episode. Let's go right to number 10. We've got Jordan Westburg, 43% owned, batting 7th in Baltimore. Last 2 weeks, he had 6 runs scored, 4 runs batted in, 219 average. Westburg has been a popular pickup since his call-up, and he carries multiple positions. Right now, he's got second, short, and third. Westburg was having a fantastic season in the minors before his call-up. He was hitting, he had a 939 OPS with 18 homers in 67 games played. He may outpace Gunnar Henderson rest of season if he can keep up at that pace here in the majors. Let's go to number 9. We got Tim Anderson, 58% owned, batting second in Chicago. Last 2 weeks, he's got 4 runs scored, 2 runs batted in, 1 stolen base, 205 average. So I'd kind of expect that this choice would raise a few eyebrows out there for my viewers, but there is a reason why I would consider picking him up. There has been rumors that Anderson might be linked to go west to the Dodgers for the postseason run, and if that happens, I would not expect Anderson to be still on the waiver wire at that time. So if you want to hedge a bit of a bet, I'd pick him up early just in case. To number 8 we go, Tyler Soderstrom. 28% owned here, batting 6th in the lineup in Oakland. 286 average is what he did over his 2 games since he's been called up. We would like to officially welcome Mr. Soderstrom to the show. The A's have slotted him at DH in his debut, but he's also going to be logging time at catcher and first base. And kind of like Westburg, Soderstrom was having a strong season in the minors. He hit a homer every 14 at-bats. I'd give the edge to Soderstrom simply because production is a little bit more valuable like that plugged into this catcher spot in fantasy baseball. Let's go to number 7. We got Tarik Skubal, 54% owned. Last 2 weeks, he's got 8.1 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, no ERA, 0.5 whip. Skubal is back and is worthy of consideration in many lineups. Last year, in 111.2 innings pitched, Skubal posted a 3.52 ERA, 1.16 whip, and a 9 strikeout per 9. It wouldn't shock me to see Skubal post similar, if not better, numbers for the rest of the season. If the Tigers do happen to run hot, you can also toss in a few wins in those games here as well. Let's go to number 6. We got Joey Meneses, 55% owned, batting 4th in the lineup in Washington. Last 2 weeks, he's got 5 runs scored, 4 homers, 10 runs batted in, 306 average. Meneses has been a solid contact hitter all season long, and of course, he's been hitting in that productive number 4 spot here in the lineup in Washington. The power has been missing, however, as he hit 13 homers in 222 at-bats last year, and he has not replicated that so far here this year. But it looks like that might be changing over the last 2 weeks. He's got those 4 home runs, and if Meneses has found his power stroke, he may post similar numbers to what he did last year in the power department. Let's go to number 5. We got Leody Taveras, 59% owned here, batting 9th in the lineup in Texas. 2 runs scored over the last 2 weeks, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in, 286 average. Let's take a look at 2 batter profiles here. We have Batter A, 236 at-bats, 35 runs scored, 9 homers, 27 runs batted in, 11 stolen bases, 258 average. We have Player B and 282 at-bats with 43 runs scored, 10 homers, 41 runs batted in, and 9 stolen bases, 294 average. Who would you rather have on your team? I would guess most people would choose Player B. Well, that would happen to be Taveras' season to date. Who's Player A, you might ask? That would be Michael Harris II, my direct comp to Taveras in skill and in the spot that he has in his lineup on a productive squad. The only biggest difference here, of course, is that Harris is owned in 94% of leagues. To number 4 we go, C.J. Abrams, 42% owned here, batting 1st in the lineup in Washington. Last 2 weeks, he's got 9 runs scored, 1 homer, 2 runs batted in, 7 stolen bases, 371 average. Abrams is on a tear over the past month. He's hit 342 while scoring 17 runs and stealing 10 bags. He's got sneaky power too, as he's up to 8 home runs on the season. He has recently moved up to the number 1 spot in the lineup And I would safely say things are looking up for Abrams here and his owners who have picked him up to finish him off here for the rest of the season. To number 3 we go. Aroldis Chapman, 52% owned. 5 innings pitched last 2 weeks, 7 strikeouts, 1 save, no ERA, 0.4 whip. Chapman was a late entry on this list. I was going to feature Adbert Alzolay, but Texas manager Bruce Bochy had declared that Chapman's going to be sharing closing duties with Will Smith. If Chapman excels in this role, that may force Bochy's hand to give Chapman the full reins to the closer role, and if that should happen, then I would say Chapman becomes potentially a top 10, if not top 5 closer for the rest of the year. Let's go to number 2. We got Kyle Bradish, 64% owned. Last 2 weeks, he's got 6 innings pitched, 1 win, 5 strikeouts, no runs, 0.83 whip. Bradish has been logging some impressive starts over the past month in the AL East with wins over Tampa Bay and the Yankees. Bradish has been consistent all season, allowing 4 runs or less in 14 of 16 starts. He's an important part of that rotation. He's going to play a key role for Baltimore in their stretch run. And let's go to number 1. We got Mickey Moniak, 29% owned, batting cleanup in the Los Angeles Angels lineup. Last 2 weeks, he's got 5 runs scored, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in, 4.14 average. Moniak has been hitting in the cleanup spot over the last couple of days after hitting leadoff for much of the past month. Behind Ohtani and Trout, of course, if he's going to stay in that position. That's going to lead to a plethora of run production opportunities here for Moniak. I would expect that his ownership is going to climb dramatically here over the course of this coming week. And that's going to do it here for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We are going to sign off for now, but we're going to catch you guys on our next episode.